Alright guys, now we got about 3 weeks left in the season, and if we want to have any shot of making it to Miami before the end of it, then we really need to perform in these last 16 games of the season. We've been doing extremely well on the mound, our ERA is just above 1.5, but we have not been performing in the batter's box. Our average is above 200, but just barely, and unless we're hitting like 30, 40, maybe 50 bombs in a season, yeah, that batting average is definitely not going to cut it. So we have 16 games to bring that up, and hopefully at the end of this season, we can get called up to the 40-man roster and be there for the end of the season. I don't know necessarily how things are going in the majors right now, but I would doubt that Miami would really be in the running to make it to the playoffs. But if that is the case, then maybe we can actually make it there. Honestly, if we could just start to get more comfortable with seeing AAA hitting, then hopefully that'll actually ease the transition of going up to the majors when we eventually get there. But honestly, the transition from AA up to AAA has been a little rough, and we just need to improve, and we got 16 games to do it, so hopefully we can start here. And hopefully we're going to have 4 or 5 at-bats in this one to be able to kind of up that batting average again. I'm a little upset we were a little early on that changeup, but we got guys on first and second with no outs, pardon me. I just saw that we are actually the 26th prospect right now? Yeah, that overall going up has definitely helped a bit. But again, we need to actually kind of back that up with our actual game stats. Nice curveball on that one. A little early on that. But maybe on a 1-2, he'll bring something that we can actually hit. Nope, that's a slider, and we go down on strikes. Great way to start the game. Well, at least they're giving us another opportunity with runners on, as we got first and third, although this time actually with 2 outs. Not no outs like last time. Let's see what we can do. We are up 3-0, so it's not like we're really in a clutch situation as we take that one deep, and that is going to be a double off the wall and should end up scoring 2. There we go. We finally got a center cut fastball, and thankfully we took that off the wall. Unfortunately, we couldn't take it over it, but hey, we'll take what we can get. A 2-run double is definitely nothing to turn your nose up at. So let's go. Still 2 outs. We're on second now. Let's see if Mervis can drive us in. He's our 4-hitter. Should be able to, as he just skies that one up the shallow center, and that is going to be a pop out to the second baseman. But thankfully our team's really not struggling in this one. Up 6-0 in the 4th inning. Let's see what we can do to keep it up, as there we go. A slider, a little early on it, but thankfully that is enough to be able to get the single. Why did you try to go to second on that one? Don't worry, we made it back safely, but gosh, that was kind of dumb. So let's see. This is not a steal situation. I'm going to take an extra lead, though. Yeah, I don't think we should be going on this one, especially if it's a strikeout. No, instead that's going to be a ground out. And hey, maybe we should have actually stolen that one to maybe make that double play a little bit more difficult. But instead, it's going to be an ending double play. Realistically, it's not going to matter much. I mean, we're up by 6 runs in the 6th. So I really don't foresee us losing this game. Although I think I've said that before, and we have definitely ended up blowing it, but hopefully not in this one as we sky that out to center field. Oh yeah, we would have to have a huge collapse in this one to blow this. Just a little late on that fastball. Yeah, I was definitely looking a little off speed on that one, and unfortunately we did not receive that. There we did on that one. We squared that one up. But that's going to be out to the center fielder, going back just a little bit. But despite that, we do end up winning 8-4, and we had a multi-hit game. And despite the fact that we did have a strikeout in that first at-bat when it was pretty clutch, unfortunately, 2 guys on with no outs, at least we hit the ball hard in pretty much every other at-bat. So at least we're seeing the ball a little bit better, and hopefully we can expand on this 2-for-5 game. Not just that, but it would actually be really nice to be able to take down Charlotte here for this series, because we end up losing those first 2, and if we can win out for the rest of the series, we end up winning this one. And I think we end up losing to them in an earlier series this season. So I want to make sure that we kind of get our revenge before the end of the season. But we're taking on Kai Bush here. We're going to be in the 3-hole at third base. Obviously, we have a handful of games before we get on the mound again, but let's just go out there and do what we can in the box. Unfortunately, our 1 and 2 hitters couldn't do anything, as we now have 2 outs in the inning. But hopefully we can end up sparking something here with 2 outs. Leave that 1 out for a 1-0 count. Have him throw a couple more pitches. This is only his 8th pitch of the game. So hopefully we can actually bring it into double digits here. 2-0, unless it's a center cut fastball, we ain't swinging. But that was a center cut fastball, so we ended up swinging. That is going to be into a gap over the fence. Sorry, again, I do not have headphones on, so I cannot hear the crack of the bat, as that one obviously was more than enough to go over the fence. That is our 9th home run of the season, and a really great way to start the game. I kind of figured we'd get something like that on a 2-0 count, or at least something that was a little closer to the zone. Thankfully, we got the one that we wanted, and that one's gone. And thankfully, we end up getting that over to the first for an assist. Now, let's see if we can assist another ball over the fence this time, because we're still up 1-0. As we swing, oh, not even a little late. We just unfortunately didn't get things, the bat up enough on that one as we foul that one off. 0-1. That's a nice fastball, and we're early on it. Wow, has he thrown that many pitches already? He's only at 35. That's just one of his slower fastballs. Fair enough. No, we ain't swinging at that curveball. It's a nice pitch, especially on 0-2. But we're not going to fall for that one. We'll do it on 1-2. As thankfully, we do foul that off that slider. That's good. We waited back enough, but unfortunately just tipped it. Not enough contact. Not enough of the barrel. That's all right. We can always come back here. As again, we foul off the fastball. That's good. Right now, especially with a 1-2 count, you're kind of expecting an off-speed, but as long as you can just foul off the fastballs, you're good. And that fastball is just going to be a little high, so we don't have to foul that off. So now we're getting it back to a pretty even count, 2-2. And it's going to be his 40th pitch of the game right now. And that is going to be fouled off yet again. Say really long at bat. Pretty happy about that. Not going to lie, we do not have many of those. Although it is kind of... Oh, okay, let's go. I was going to say, kind of lulls me to sleep in the box. And unfortunately, that is going to be a pop out to center field to end the inning. If only we could have hit that a little bit harder, then it would have been a tie game at this point. Instead, we are down 2-1. The guy on first here with 2 outs. That was... Wow. You know what? I feel bad for him right there, because that should have been a strike. That should have been a strike, for sure. That's okay, though. I'll be happy with a 1-0 count. Especially since we fouled that one off and now it's 1-1. But at least it's an even count. We're not behind, you know? So let's see what we can do with this one. There we go. Good piece on that. Is that going to get over his head? That goes over the fence? I didn't think that we got enough pop on that one. But thankfully we did. And just took it to the most shallow part of right field, apparently. But that's great. A multi-hit, not just a multi-hit game, but a multi-home run game after a multi-hit game. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that we really needed to break out of this slump. Because again, just hitting under like 210 was not doing it for me. And I think we've really picked it up in this video. Not just that, but we ended up going up by 1 now. Although now it's first and second with no outs. I wish we could have... No. Almost. Almost. Can we get him at the plate? Nope, we're going to get him at third. And you know what? Again, that's going to tie the game up, but at the very least, they do not have a guy on third. They're still going to have a guy on second with 1 out, but still, it's going to be more manageable than third. Well, apparently that didn't matter much, because now we're back down 4-3. That's all right. At this point, I just want to get back on base. We just want to be able to start something here with 1 out. If we can get a runner on, that'd be ideal. As there we go. We're starting off with a 2-0 count. And it looks like his sweeper is his primary pitch, but he's definitely fastball sweeper for sure. Because that's going to be a fastball out. And again, like I said, I just want to get on base at this point. It'd be nice if it was a base hit, don't get me wrong, but I'll even take a walk. And you know what, that was going to be a strike anyway, so I'm actually fine with swinging at that. I just need to pull that trigger just a little bit sooner. 3-1 count, though. Nice sweeper again. Now I can see why that's his primary pitch. Yeah, we just barely missed it over there. Yeah, and that's going to be a strikeout. Man, that sucks. But to be fair, what? Did they want us to do everything in this game? We pretty much got all 3 of those runs for us. No one else did anything. So, hey, you know what? You can't get upset at us for striking out there. Yes, it would have been nice to put that ball in play because they gave us a couple of hittable pitches. Especially going down, 2-0 or 3-0. But that's okay. Hey, it's a 2-home run game. We'll take it. So let's keep this going. We're getting into the weekend. It's the Saturday game. Back at third and in the 3-hole. Let's see if we can continue the streak. It'd be nice to start off pretty well with a guy on first here. Of course, with 1 out, though, unfortunately. We're late on that fastball? That was right down the middle, too. That was the worst part. We just swung through the best pitch of the at-bat. But thankfully, we make contact this time, but it hangs up in the air a little too much, and that's going to be a pop out to left. That's all right. That's why you have multiple at-bats in the same game. Am I right? So let's see if we can do something here. This time with 2 outs and no one on. It's all right. Again, look, we just want to put something in play. We want to try to make them make a play on something, or at least get us on base, even with 2 outs. It'd be really nice as we leave a 98-mile-an-hour fastball just outside. Just outside. So let's see what we can do here. Come on, buddy. Damn it. I was hoping that was going to get through the infield. Unfortunately, not enough. And we are definitely not fast enough to beat that out. All right, well, it looks like they're going to be bunting on this one. Yeah, we're not... Oh, there we go. I didn't think we were going to get that. Well, we got the lead runner. That's great. We couldn't turn 2, but hey, again, at least there's not going to be a guy in scoring position. I think he still ended up scoring. But now we got no outs, first and second. Let's do something with this. I was looking fastball on that one, and he pulled out the slider. Touche, my friend. Holy cow. Good call. Nope, we leave that fastball up and in, though. Especially now that he's getting deeper in this game. 81 pitches so far. Let's see what we can do to end up putting a hurting on this ball then. He's getting tired. And apparently so are we. It's alright. We just got to keep up with this one. And we did. We take that into right field. That will end up scoring 1. I hope. It definitely will. We probably should have taken second on that one. But hey, that's an RBI single, and let's go. We end up tying the game up, and we still have no outs and guys on the corners. Let's see if we can have 2 guys in scoring position. Oh, shoot. No. Get back. Okay, good. That was a little close. A little close. But we're fine. Just a little sidestep. Can we get there? Bad throw. That's awesome. And we end up picking up the stolen base on that one. With the good throw, we would have been donezo, but hey. Not our fault. Second and third, no outs. Let's go. That's going to be right to the shortstop. That will end up scoring the guy on third, which means we will have a lead, but we are stuck here on second. But still, better a guy on second than just a guy on first, right? But come on, full count. 1 out. Is this going to be a walk? Nope, that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop again. We get held up at second. And, yeah, we're still stuck here. Go figure. That's all right. Lazaro? Whoever this is, he's going to be able to hit us in. There it is. Block his view. No, good throw over there to first. But at least we end up picking up the lead. Even if they did end up tying it up, we're still in a good spot, though. Tie game. It's a brand new game in the 7th inning. So let's see what we can do to lead off the inning the right way. And thankfully, we are going to do that with a base hit. Not bad. Not bad. Obviously, a far cry from the home runs that we were having in the last game. But, hell, we're on base with no outs. Let's go. Come on, that's not going to be... That's perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, he ends up getting the out at first. I pressed the button to go to a different base, not the one to slide. But we're still in there at second base. So let's see what we can do to end up scoring. 2-2 count, 1 out. Come on, Hernandez. Just a little base knocker, something to the right side of the field. Thank you. That's close enough for me, honestly. Brings us over to third, and now with 2 outs, all we need is just to ball through the infield. Come on, he's not going to fail us twice in the same game, right? No, he's got us on this one. He's picking us up. I'm calling it right now. Yeah, see? Look at that, right up the middle. I love that, and that is going to be the game-leading run. And that lead is being held here into the 9th inning as we got a guy on first with no outs. Let's see if we make this a 3-hit game, as no way. Hey, this is the guy that struck us out for the last out in that last game. So, hey, let's see if we can get some revenge ourselves. As we're late on the sweeper. Nope, we just did not have it in the right spot. Well, that's on me. Watch him come with a fastball on this one. Nope, that's going to be another sweeper. Well, at least we find a way to advance him to second. And hey, if we're not going to close it out in the box, at least we can close it out in the field. As that is going to be right down the line. We are going to get him at first. And that is going to be the end of the game. And that is 3 consecutive wins, 3 consecutive multi-hit games. I'm loving this little tear that we're on right now. Let's just see if we can keep it up. I'm so sorry. I thought that we won that last game. I don't know where my mind's at. I'm just thinking, I'm thinking that since we're doing well at the plate, we should be winning. So my bad. Not 3 consecutive wins. We have a win, a loss, and another win. Let's see if we can at least even the series here with Charlotte, and let's see if we can go out on a good note. Then we're going to obviously have our practice, and of course, our start on the hill. And let's see if we can end up picking up our 4th win of the season. But before we can look forward to that, let's look forward to another multi-hit game. And in this video alone, we brought our average from 208 to 225. I like that. Just got to keep on that trajectory, you know what I mean? Like I said, we really want to make it up over 250 on the season. Really, that would be ideal to end the season on that. That's a nice fastball up, but we're a little late on that one. That's fair. That's about as fast as it's going to get. Everything else is around the same speed. We just got to look for the break. Nice fastball again. A little late on that too. I felt like we were kind of on that, or at least the timing of pressing the button was, but apparently not. We definitely were late on that one. That's alright. We need the pressure of having someone on base. You know, at least that's what I'm going to tell myself here. Makes me feel a little bit better. Is that the first slider that we've seen today? Seen mostly fastballs. Oops. Just got to catch up to one if he throws it. He did. And thankfully that is going to be a stolen base at least. But man, we're... after a couple multi-hit games, we're having a hard time tracking the ball here. Come on, 0-2 count. Don't go down on strikes again. There we go. Caught up to that one. And that might be an RBI. As no, we're going to stay on first. And thankfully, that is going to be an RBI in the first run of the game. Great way to start. Love that. Again, I thought we were having trouble seeing the ball, but thankfully, we, ended up seeing that one. And that was the one that actually counted, too. I guess they all counted, but you know what I mean. 0-2 count. We didn't want to go down on strikes yet again. Yep, he was going with the side step to the plate. Is that over the fence? No. Almost warning track power. And unfortunately, we're going to be back on first. Let's go. 1 out. 3-1 count. I might actually go on this one. I don't care if it's a steal situation or not. Yeah, we probably shouldn't have. Oh, it doesn't matter. At least we get +5 for the good jump. That's great. On a point where, you know, the stolen base didn't mean anything because he got walked. But hell, we'll take the extra points. Up. Nope, go back. No shot. Okay, yeah, you can tell we're on a higher difficulty now. And I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I knew that the ball wasn't going to get past him or anything. Come on, 2 outs, guy on second. Let's drive him home too. Let's bring in the second run of the game. Great slider on that one. Although that one does kind of have more of like a slurve action, I feel. You know, it's almost like a 12-6, but not 12-6. Nice fastball low. It just seems like it breaks down more than it breaks to the side. You know, that's all I'm trying to say. Nice pitch, though, regardless. Couldn't catch up to that fastball. We were right on that, too. Just a little sooner, we would have been good. Now we got to look for the off-speed. Or that's just going to be a fastball again. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end of the inning. Damn it. But again, we've been our entire team, like our entire offense, man. So come on, guys. We got to do something a little more. Nice cutter on that one. And yeah, he's not throwing extremely hard. So we got to wait back a little bit more now. I need to pay more attention to that. We waited back a little too long on that one. Nice two-seamer, but unfortunately, a little late. Come on, we want to be able to get this guy in, or at least advance him. Nice cutter. No way. Great play by the shortstop. My goodness, man. And again, hats off to him, man. Tristan Gray, great play over there. I mean, he ruined our chances at another multi-hit game, but again, just can't fault him for being a great shortstop. We do end up losing 4-1. I don't know how they picked up 4 in the last couple innings, but they did, and we end up losing, and we don't win the series, or even tie it. But we are on a 4-game winning streak, and that makes me pretty damn happy. Now, after all those games, we should have a couple skill points, and honestly, I kind of want to, if we can, put them into our pitching before we end up going out there. And it looks like we actually would have enough to up the per 9. Be nice to actually go with a +3 to the big game, just because that helps our clutch and our stamina. But realistically, if we want to up our overall and get to the majors, because I think that that's going to be one of the more important factors of making it up there, then I think we have to go with the per 9. That's going to bring us up to a 75, whereas the +3 to the big game wouldn't have done that. So let's do that. We're up to a 75, and hopefully that's going to make a big difference in this next game. Now, the good news is we are going to have a practice, and obviously we're going to have a start on the mound, and that is going to net us a lot more points as well. And then we're going to be able to up the big game, and then maybe a couple of our hitting, and maybe a fielding stat after that as well. But again, we need to do pretty well here in practice, and also in the game on the mound, and hopefully in the batter's box as well. So let's get into this practice here. Let's do something that is going to be able to give us potentially 8 skill points. As much as I hate to do this, because I really want the skill points, I really want the redemption a little bit more. So we're going to do the ladder training, and let's hope that we can get a gold in it this time, and not just a silver. And unfortunately, today was not that day. Another 6 skill points, but we were just about 1,000 off of it. Again, I just need to work on the timing and kind of figure that out a little bit more. But hell, let's take that kind of botched practice there, although it did give us 6 skill points, and carry that anger over into this game, as we are going to be at home against Memphis, and hopefully we can pick up a big win in front of the home crowd. We're also going to be hitting, if we can have a multi-hit game and a shutout through like 6 innings, a nice quality start, I'm going to be pretty damn happy here. I mean, that will take a lot of things going right in this game to be able to make that happen, but we've been able to kind of do it before. I think we can do it again. It's unfortunate that that ball was not a strike, though, and neither is that one. Not a great way to start off this game. Apparently, when we're good in the batter's box, we are not good on the mound. But there we go. Great play by the third baseman. He is not going to gather that, though, and that ends up being a base hit. Not a great way to start the game. Ooh, wait, it looked like he might have got injured over there, because he ended up coming out of the game, or at least we got a new guy over there. And so now we got to do what we can to be able to stay in this one. Let's see if we can get a double play ball right here. That would be pretty damn nice, as he just fights that one off. Thankfully, that's a first pitch strike. See if we can go fastball up and in on this one. Ooh, we just missed the zone. It's okay, let's go split down and out. That looks good. Yeah, apparently he agrees. But that is going to be lined out to center field. Thank God we had a guy out there who actually had, kind of has some wheels, and actually got a good jump on it. But, man, we need to be a little bit better. Let's go with the slurve. He flinched at it. He kind of wanted it, but thankfully for him, he laid off, as that was out of the zone. We're going to get that circle change in there, so we got a 1-1 count. And it'd be nice to pick up the double play ball, but it'd be also nice to pick up a strikeout, too, as we lead that one right over the middle. But that's all right. That's going to set up for the down and away slurve. And he doesn't pull the trigger. All right, fastball up and in. Finish. There we go. That wasn't up. That was more down because we were a little late on that, but hell, it produced the same thing that we wanted, so we'll take it. Circle change right in the zone. Great way to start. Let's go split down. Oh, no. Okay, good. Split down and in. Didn't really split that much, but at least that was a foul ball. Finish him. Boom. Didn't seem like the most solid inning, but we picked up 2 strikeouts. And if we can find a way to drive in a runner right here and actually give ourselves a little bit of padding in this game, that would be pretty damn awesome as well. So let's see what we can do with a guy on second with 1 out. Maybe something a little more hittable?
1-1.
Apparently not. He did not want to throw us something that was going to be anywhere near the zone. This time we're going to have to look for something maybe off speed. You were, and we were a little late on, or a little early on that, pardon me. That slider, 80 miles an hour. Throwing a 94 mile an hour fastball, that's a big discrepancy between speeds as we hit that one high and deep. But unfortunately, that is going to be right to the left fielder. And that is going to be a pop out, and he does not advance. Great throw by the left fielder, though. And I don't know if you guys saw that, but it actually made us fail the challenge from last inning. Even though we won that by not completing that in the batter's box? That makes no sense to me. Again, they need to fix this game a little bit sometimes, but still. Speaking of fixing things, how about someone at shortstop who can get a jump on the ball? I would have even been able to get that in real life today. And I am not that mobile. Or nimble, for that matter. Oh, man. Oh, he lets that bounce. Actually, you know what? I thought that was actually a pretty good pitch. But he got a pretty good piece on that, though. So I unfortunately can't say anything about that. Good for him. Now we need to get a strikeout here. Really badly. Or a double play ball. That would be pretty nice, too. That's all right. He went 0 for 2 in his last game. Let's see if we can keep that the way that it is. That's fine. I want the strikeout anyways. So let's go slurve down. There it is. Way to wait back on that. I'll give him that. You want the fastball? Oh, okay. Let's dot up the outer half. I like that. That was beautiful. That was beautiful because even if he didn't swing at that, that would have caught the edge. Great way to pick up the out. Great slurve right there, too. That would have produced a ground ball, I would hope. Speaking of which, let's hope we can get a ground ball on this one, because it'd be nice to be able to pick up the double play and just get out of this. Why are you swinging at that one, Chris? Chris! Come on. Yeah, no, that one's just way too high. Way too high. Let's go slurve one more time. Get it out. Nope. Get him at third! Get him at third! Now we really need the strikeout. Wild pitch my ass. There we go. Nice strikeout right there. All right, now we just gotta keep the guys where they're at. Let's strand them. Not our most stellar start on the mound right now, but if we can get out of this, that'd be really great. Ooh, yikes. That is not anywhere close. It's the 9-hitter. Come on, just don't give me anything too good. Thankfully, that just caught the inside corner. Because that was not a good slurve. Great circle change on that one. Now let's finish it with the slurve this time. Make it your best one of the day. That was a good one, though. That was a good one. Let's jam him up and in. There it is. He was looking for that one, though, apparently. You want to go fastball again? I disagree. We're going slurve one more time. There it is. Man, he was looking for that one, too. He was looking for that one. Yeah, let's go change up. I'm going to try to dot up the outer half with the change. Never thought I'd say that. But there we go. That's where we got it. That's what I'm talking about. And we end up striking him out. Thank God we get out of that one. But God, we need to be better than that. And look at that. The offense gives us a run. That is a good feeling. Apparently they got a little scared after we almost gave up 2 in that last inning. Let's see what we can do here to be able to get out of this one cleanly. Great slurve. Made him look silly on that one. Now let's go down and out with the change. That was not down and out, but at least it was down across the middle. But unfortunately couldn't clip the zone. No, we're not going to get it on that. Alright, no, we're going slurve. I hate to do this to a lefty, but we're going to do it. Yeah. I mean, at least it was weak contact and we get out of it, but it would have been nice to pick up the strikeout after going so deep in that count. That's okay, though. An out's an out. We got 1 out in the inning. At least he didn't lead off with another single, you know what I mean? But we're good to go. 0-1 count. Keep it in the zone. Yeah, you kept that in the zone. And he kept that in the gap. It's alright, he is not getting third on that one. Ooh. He would have maybe been able to make it, but thankfully, no, it's just a double on that one. Just a double. That's rough, though. Okay, that's fine. Look, we've worked out of 2 jams already. We can work out of another one for sure. If we can keep the ball near the zone. Go fastball up and in. There it is. It's perfect, and you know what that sets up for. It's going to work in AAA every single time. If we can get the ball near the zone. We're doing that one more time. There it is. Get foul. Thank you. Jam him up and in. Good eye on that one. We're going change. He's looking fastball, man. Why would I give him... That's going to be a run. Maybe you should have listened to the catcher on that one, then. That sucks. 2 consecutive games now where we've given up at least a run. That is not what we want to see. That's alright. No more base runners. We're kind of in the same position we were just in. So let's see if we can work out of this one. Especially facing the heart of the order. It's a little scary. Hell were you looking at, buddy? There it is. Good pitch, though. There it is. Okay. Alright, I've never seen that before, but that's alright. Hey, that's a ground out to the shortstop, and that keeps the guy on second. I love that. Nice. Yeah, he's looking fastball on that one. You can tell he started swinging way early on that. There it is. Let's get him with one more changeup. Let's get it out of the zone, though. There it is. 3 strikes, you're down, but damn, we let them tie it up. That sucks. But look who's got a chance to kind of right that wrong that he just made in the last inning. It's me who swings at the first damn pitch. That was not the pitch to swing at, and unfortunately had to pop out to right field. And unfortunately, it remains a 1-1 game in the 4th. Already at 55 pitches, that means that we need to have a really efficient inning this time, or in the next inning, or else we're not getting that quality start. That's a great pitch right there. Now, elevate a fastball one more time. There it is. Oh, no. Ooh, I thought that was going to hit him. All right, slurve it out, finish him off, set him down. Or let him foul the ball off. Come on. You got to get that out a little bit more. No, one more time. Out of the zone this time. There it is. Wow, he's not pulling the trigger. Now we got to jam him. Jam him up and in. Thank you. Should have been a couple pitches earlier, but at least we'll take it, right? That's not going to be a strike. Come on, we need to get out of this one before 70 pitches. We really do. That's gonna be the main thing here. So we don't need to give him hittable pitches, but we need to keep things in the strike zone. That was a hittable pitch in the strike zone that time. Let's finish him one more time with the down and in. Oh my gosh. That was bad. Fastball up and in this time. There it is. Change up? Maybe? There it is. Beautiful. Alright, now unless we get a first pitch out here, I don't think we're going to be getting out of this one in 70. And we might not end up going the full 6 innings that we want to go. Oh my gosh, did I say 6? I'm at 5! Oh my gosh. Oh, this is really bad. Yeah, quality start definitely out the window, unless we get 3 outs on 3 pitches in the next inning. Because sitting at 69 pitches through 4 is pretty bad. And we have given up a lot of base runners. But thankfully that's 1 pitch, 1 out. So I get it. And we've had a lot of strikeouts too, but again, we want to stay in this game a little bit longer. Maybe we should have upped the stamina instead of the per 9 and everything. That would have probably given us an extra inning. But there we go. That's going to be another out. Thankfully, that's on 3 pitches. So we'll take that. Now let's finish this off quickly. We would be facing the heart of the order in the next one, but still, you know what? We'll take that over, you know, obviously coming out of the game a little earlier. Maybe we can get up to the plate in the next inning, too. Great pitch on that one. Finish from the fastball. Let's get out of this one right now. Okay. Yeah, he caught up to the fastball. Good for him. Good for him. Will he catch up to the slurve? Did you see him flinch on that? Did you see him flinch? He wanted that. Let's go split. Let's not do that again. Dot up the fastball. Why not? There it is. Nice attempt. Nice attempt. Let's go split one more time. Come on now. Finish him off. Alright, he's fighting. I'll give him that. And yeah, we are not going more than 5 innings. So we need to finish this right here, right now. Oh! Alright, fine. Slurve. Finish him right now. No shot. Thank you. Okay. Might not have been a strikeout, but at least it's a ground out and we get out of 5. But, man, we need to score in this next half or else we are not picking up a win. Well, the game hurt me and it's leaving it up to us. So let's do it. He fooled me on that one. I was expecting the fastball and he brought the slow curveball. Yikes. I hate this game sometimes. And unfortunately, he does pull us, which means no decision. Hopefully, we can end up pulling out a win as a team, but man, I really wanted to pick up the win in this one. Oh, of course, we get the runs after we come out of the game. Why not, right? Hell yeah, guys. Come on, all right. Time to sack up right here and just hit one deep, damn it. Come on, you're better than this. Give me a pitch to hit, buddy. Thank you. Gosh darn it, that's going to be a double play ball. Man, after our first couple good games, that sucked. We don't get a win, we don't get a hit, but at the very least, I mean, at least we pick up a good amount of strikeouts and only give up 1 run. So at least we have that under our belt, but damn, man, we end up losing our hitting streak and ended up giving up 5 hits in 5 innings. That's why we got chased out pretty early. That 1 run, but again, 8 strikeouts. It's not to turn your nose up at, but man, we could have had a much better game in that one. Unfortunately, that brings us up to a 1.61 ERA, and our batting average is down to a 2.21. But at least still over 2.20, but again, we really want to make it up to at least 500 before the end of the season. Now, it looks like we are only going to have probably 2 starts left this season. So that means that, not next video, but the one after that, we're going to end up hitting in 4, pitching in 1, and then just playing the final game of the season and seeing what our fate is in the offseason. But again, that means that's 2 weeks. We still have a lot to pick up here, and hopefully we can end the season on a good note. I honestly think that our goal as a team here, because we are 7 games under 500, is because we have 11 more games this season. If we can end up ending the season over 500 or at least at 500, I'm going to consider that a success, especially from the way that we ended up starting. But we're going to have a lot of things go right for that to happen. And hopefully we can end up doing that in the batter's box, and hopefully we can do that on the mound in our final 2 starts. Again, I really wish that we could have picked up more skill points. I actually think that we could probably put that into the big game and maybe up the contacts. Actually, no, I think contact is actually at a really high amount right now. That is at 16. That would take all of the skill points that we have right now. But again, I really want to up that big game. I think we can up the power, and honestly, let's up the throwing. I know that's not necessarily, or at least doesn't seem like it's going to help much, but especially like on that one where it was that the bunt, you know, if we would add a stronger arm, we would add a shot to be able to get that double play, and hopefully that, even though it's only a +1 to the throwing and everything like that, hopefully that'll make enough of a difference where if the guy is slow enough, we can end up picking up the double play on a bunt like that. That'll make us look like a much more competent third baseman, and honestly, again, hopefully bring us up to the majors a little quicker. And we're at a 63 overall as a third baseman, a 75 as a starting pitcher now, and hopefully that's going to bring us up to the majors sooner rather than later. But at the very least, let's make sure that we end the season, these last 11 games of the season, on a really high note. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.